I'm Margaret, and I've got a sweet treat from my childhood for you today. It's a deliciously sweet treacle tart. The base of a good tart is a good pastry. It needs to be light and airy. Lift your fingers out of the bowl as you go, so you get as much air into the pastry as possible. Before you add the rest of the ingredients, the mixture should be as fine as breadcrumbs. Bring the mixture together to make a good consistency. Add a little milk if you need to, but not too much. You don't want the pastry to be wet. Pop it in the fridge for about 30 minutes before you roll it out. Pop it into cling film because that will help the pastry from drying out. When you're ready to roll, use plenty of flour to stop it sticking. If your pastry is a bit soft, you might need to use more flour. Make sure your rolling pin has also got flour on, and keep turning the pastry, keep flouring it so it doesn't stick. I'm going to show you a different way today of putting the pastry into the flan tin. Once it's the right size, take the base out of the flan tin and slide it really carefully under the pastry. Pull the edges into the centre so it clears the base, and pop it into the main tray. If you work smoothly and quickly, you should be able to lift the edges up over the rim without too many breaks. Remember, you can always mend the breaks with a little bit of excess pastry, and you won't see them because they'll be inside the tart. Flour the fork so it doesn't drag the pastry off the base. This makes sure that the base doesn't rise while it's cooking. The first baking helps the pastry to crisp up a bit so we don't get a soggy bottom. While it's baking, bring the rest of the pastry together that you cut off the edges and make into a long enough strip to reach over the pastry base. Also make it wide enough to get about 10 thin strips out of. Pop it into the fridge and let the pastry base cool as well. I've warmed the syrup in the microwave a little so it's nice and runny, and also melted the butter. As with many recipes, the wet ingredients go in first, along with the lemon zest, and the dry ingredients are added later. The breadcrumbs for this recipe need to be fresh. If you have a food processor, they're really easy to make too. Just remember to break the bread up a little bit before you put it in the food processor, and only put in a few slices at a time. When you add the breadcrumbs, give it a really good mix. We want those crumbs completely covered with the mixture. Once you've popped it into the flan tin, just smooth it over the top. Now you can cook it just like this, but the traditional way, and the way I remember, is to have it with a lovely lattice of pastry on top. Now when I was in high school many years ago, we had home economics lessons which helped us to bake at home. Now the way I'm showing you how to do the lattice here is the easy way of doing it. But our home economics teacher had her own unique way of showing us how to do it. She told us to make the woven lattice on the rolling board, and then to lift the whole thing on top of the tart. Well, you could imagine the mess as a whole class of 12-year-olds tried to do this. I often wonder if she really knew how to do it properly, and just enjoyed watching us struggle. It must have been funny to watch, and I do remember having a good laugh doing it. Once you've snipped the edges, it's ready to go into the oven. I like to cut the pastry so it's just sitting on top of the treacle mixture. A little bit of egg yolk will help the pastry to brown a bit. I tend to use my fingers for this because a brush would drag the lattice. You can serve this either hot or cold, and it's lovely with custard. I do hope you try this recipe. It's a lovely treat, and if you're anything like me, you'll be going back for slice after slice. The recipe is in the description below, and there's a printable version on my website. There's a link below to that as well. If you've enjoyed watching this, I put a new recipe up every week. Do subscribe. Have a good one. Catch you later.